If you're about to buy a used car, you might be making a horrible mistake. Let me explain. If you don't know who I am, my name's Tommy. I've been in the car industry for most of my adult life. I've been in sales, finance, management. I've done it all, and now I help people buy cars for a living. So enough about me. Let me explain why buying a used car might be a huge mistake. And the reason why I want to talk about this, I want to do a little touch point here, is I have so many people ask me for help buying a car, and it's what I do for a living, so I'm more than willing to do it. But one of the first conversations I have with almost everybody is the benefits of buying new versus used. So I want to explain some of the things I talk about with my clients on one of our free consultation calls. Now, just for time's sake, so we're not watching a 45-minute video, I'm going to assume you guys know the basics. Obviously, a new car comes with a better warranty. We're going to talk about a new car never being driven by anybody, and it's a new car. So let's just put those to the side. Let me talk about the other things you might not have heard of. And the first one here is incentivized financing. Now, I only use just these two as an example, but it's extremely important where rates are getting up to 6, 7, 8%. Knowing about incentivized financing can be huge because saving 4% on the interest rate can dramatically cut cost and take a huge difference. You know, we talk about 2.99% versus 7%. That is thousands of dollars in interest that you would be paying over 5 years. That thousands of dollars of difference you have to take in consideration as part of the cost of ownership, and i.e. cost of the car itself. And you might say, Tommy, I'm not buying a car with incentivized rates. It doesn't matter. The rates are still lower on a new car. We look at here, PenFed right now, it's one of my best credit unions that I like. Their lowest rate is 5.94 on new. Let me show you used. 6.79. It is almost a % different. And almost everybody's doing this right now. Lower financing on new versus used to try to be competitive with those incentivized rates. So understand, if you're buying a used versus new car, interest rates, if you're financing it, might make more sense to do a new car. You have to do your research. The next big thing is quality of these cars. Now, these used car qualities, when inventory goes low, when there's a strike, when there's an inventory shortage, dealerships start selling cars they normally wouldn't. They're buying a lot more auction cars that have a lot more risk. I did a red flags video you can watch on that. But when it comes down to it, these vehicles are not as high qualities as vehicles that you would expect. So know that these used cars are probably not the same used cars you're looking at 3-4 years ago. They could be more expensive and be in worse condition. So understand that might be another reason to buy new versus used. The third one here, and this is a more obvious one, but it's not talked about a lot, which is maintenance cost. If you're buying a car with 50,000 miles and it doesn't have new tires, you have to equate that into the price. You have to add all these things together. And as used car prices are creeping higher and higher and higher, you have to do the math. I break it down with my clients. I actually pull out pen and paper and I show you what the cost of a new car is for the first 3 years versus the first 3 years of a used car. And it normally shocks people how little of a difference there is. Now, I'm not all for only buying new cars. I buy used cars as well. And again, everybody's different in their situation. But in today's market, buying new, especially if you can find the right deal, can make sense. And for people saying that you can only get MSRP, it's not true. I'm getting MSRP. I'm getting below MSRP in almost every deal I do. Not everyone, but almost every single one, because dealerships are willing to negotiate. They are trying to get rid of cars. We want to find the right deal. So if you guys want more content like this, I want you to like, follow, subscribe. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Have a great day.